I'm going to show you my camera for cinematic B-roll film, and I'm going to tell you why I choose this camera. Welcome back. This is Camera Corner. Thanks for clicking and thanks for watching. I'm going to show you my go-to camera for cinematic B-roll film. But before I get started, I want to thank all of our subscribers. We really appreciate your support. And I want to give a special shout out to our newest member, Dustin Sturm. We really appreciate it when you become a member. That helps us do videos like this in the future. So without further ado, let's move on. My go-to camera for cinematic B-roll film is a Micro Four Thirds camera. Now, why Micro Four Thirds? I chose Micro Four Thirds because the lenses are smaller, they're lighter, they're a little bit cheaper than full frame. I do have a Lumix S5 2X, but I primarily use it for A-roll type film and not so much the B-roll. When I'm packing up in my backpack to go out on the trails and do a little bit of hiking and walk out in the woods to get some shots, I normally will grab this camera instead. Like I said, it's Micro Four Thirds, so the lenses are much lighter and much more compact, so you can fit more into your camera bag. This camera also has a flip-up screen, which makes it easy to be able to see when you're trying to film down low and things of that nature. This camera films in 5.8 open gate. It has C4K. It films in ProRes. It's just an all-around great camera for cinematic B-roll type footage. This camera has V-Log, so it has a wide dynamic range. So when I go to color grade, I'm able to get a whole lot out of the footage that I take. This camera is also awesome in slow motion. It records in 4K, 120 frames per second. So I'm able to slow that footage down and get some really clean slow motion footage. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, this camera films in ProRes. It does it internally on a Express SD card, so you don't have to have an SSD drive hooked to the outside of your camera. And last but not least, this camera is also water resistant and very durable. So when I'm out in the woods shooting the footage, it's very durable. And if I bump into something or if a little bit of mist is coming down, I don't have to worry about it harming the camera. So what camera is it? Well, the camera is the Lumix GH6. This camera is just an excellent camera for doing B-roll. Again, the lenses are lighter. I have a 45 200mm zoom lens on here currently with an ND filter on the front, but you can see that the lenses are very small. It has great stabilization and it has in-lens stabilization as well. It has the flip-up screen, so when you're shooting down low, you can look down at an angle and be able to see the screen without having to move the camera around or tilt your head down to be able to see it. It's amazing how much this flip-up screen actually matters and how much it helps. It does shoot in the 5.8 open gate. It shoots in C4K, and it has a multitude of other formats that you can shoot in. ProRes, MP4, and MOV format. It shoots everywhere from 5.8K all the way down to 1080, and if you go down to the 1080, you can even catch slow-mo in more than 120 frames per second. It has V-Log with a wide dynamic range. It shoots ProRes internally. Like I said, it has a CF Express card on the inside, so you're able to do that internally and you don't need any kind of SSD card externally to be able to do it. And it's water resistant and quite durable. This camera is just an awesome camera for doing cinematic B-roll outdoors. I normally put this camera on my Ronin SC gimbal, and it just does a fantastic job. The IBIS in this camera, the image stabilization is just incredible. And along with the Ronin SC gimbal from DJI, it's an awesome pair. So I highly recommend the GH6. If you're looking for a good camera for cinematic B-roll, it does an outstanding job. If you have any questions about the GH6, go ahead and comment below and I'll make sure I answer them for you. And if you would like to see more videos on the GH6 where I go a little bit more in depth on the camera itself, go ahead and click this video over here and have a good watch.